Hi, Mark here. I trust you're well. And in today's Lightroom and Lightroom Classic quick tip, we're going to be looking at ratings, or sometimes called stars, and how I use them, which I think may be a little bit controversial, and most people don't use them like I do. So without further ado, let's jump across to Lightroom Classic. Here we are in my training catalogue within Lightroom Classic version 12, and I have 549 images in this small catalogue. What is ratings, or what are ratings? Well, it's the only piece of data that is consistent across all devices, all user interfaces and all software. So that's cameras, tablets, phones, web browsers, Lightroom Classic, Lightroom and other applications. So for example, On1, Luminar, Nixsoft and so on. Ratings is preserved within the data of the image, irrespective of device and application. So it's very powerful. A lot of devices do not support color labels and do not support flags. So just like the headline, description and keywords, ratings can be used across applications and devices. Now most applications use a rating 1 to 5. 1 star, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 0 would be no rating at all. And historically, most of the world has connected to ratings to how good something is. So in the travel industry, a 1-star hotel is a very poor hotel, where a 5-star hotel would be a very grand and plush, fully inclusive, with room service hotel. And that's how a lot of people use their ratings. However, I argue that we should be using ratings slightly differently. Ratings to me are to grade an image for some reason. Not how good it is, whether I'm going to keep it, and I use flags for that, but that's for another video. Check out my Lightroom playlist. Therefore, a particular note or action or something that I'm doing with that image. Now, why would I do that? Well, pick, reject is yes or no. Color label is perhaps a narrative or a theme. That's what I use them for. But 1 star I use for a particular type of image. 2 stars is a particular type of workflow. 3 stars means I've actually done something with it. So I'm assigning a purpose to those stars, and I remember what those stars are. So to give you an idea, 1 star is something that I've customized on my camera. I press my function 2 button on my Nikon Z series cameras, and in the play mode, when I'm reviewing the image on the back of the camera, it assigns 1 star to that image. 2 stars means I'm currently working on that image in Lightroom and Lightroom Classic, or whatever my workflow is. It means it's an active image. I'm currently working on it. Now, normally I would have around about 12 or so images in my smart collection that I'm currently working on. Why would I do that? Well, the easy answer is, for me, is if I get called away or I run out of time, I can go 1 click on a smart collection when I come back into Lightroom Classic, and bearing in mind my main catalogue holds over 500,000 images. I can immediately come back at 1 click and see the images that I was currently working on. Now 3 stars say to me that I've made it public somehow. I could have asked for constructive feedback. I could have just quickly shared it on Instagram. I could have asked my mentors or my social media following, what do you think of this image? But it's gone partly into the public domain. Now, 4 and 5 stars, I haven't yet assigned a reason why to use them. So let's have a look. Let's jump in Lightroom Classic and let's have a look. So I have in my main catalog some smart collections. So I'll show you how to set those up. So I'm going to do a collection set and I'm going to call them stars. You can call them whatever you want, ratings or stars or whatever. And it's a little folder. And I'm going to create a smart collection and I'm going to call it 1 star. I want to put it within, all fingers and thumbs today, I want to put it within the collection set and I want to go rating is equal to 1 star. Press create and it's created a smart collection of 1 star. Now I'll go again and we go 2 star, rating is 2 stars and so on. And I actually have 2 images in this catalog that have some images of 2 stars. And this could have been done on a Zoom, my Lightroom support group. If you don't know about that, check out Learn Lightroom, click on the Lightroom support group icon, and most Monday evenings, 7 PM UK time, I host a live Lightroom and Lightroom Classic sprinkled with a bit of Photoshop support group, where we go through a theme, a task, and answer your questions as a community for Lightroom and Lightroom Classic. So 2 stars, I'm actually currently working on them in this catalog. So if I now go smart collection, 3 stars, you can see where I'm going and I'll do 4 and 5, but I won't for this demonstration. So I have no images. Now, when I have imported an image on my camera, I would have hit the FN2 button, which I have assigned. I would have assigned an image, just gone, press the number 1. So keyboard shortcuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are your keyboard shortcuts to assign a keyboard shortcut. So on the camera, I press the FN2 button, so I press play. I'm skipping through, I like that. I could be swiping on the screen, could be using the joystick, going through. I could then press the OK button, zoom in 100%, pin sharp in focus. I love that image, and I want to associate that image to a 1 star. I want that's a keeper to me on the back of the camera, and I want to find that immediately on import. And stars are preserved from camera to Lightroom and Lightroom Classic. So this image, which got a 1 star on it, if I go to the smart collection in my main catalog, it will appear there immediately. So import, it will appear in that smart collection. That's priceless to me. Saves me so much time. So you can see I've created a workflow around my stars. 1, back of the camera, I like it. 2, I'm currently working on that image. 3, I've made it public somehow. And I'm using stars to give me those definitions. So they're slightly different to that's a good image, that's a better image, that's a great image. Because to me, I've picked it, they're my good images. I've rejected it, they're my rubbish images. My unflagged images are ones that I haven't yet decided. So in a range of images, I could say, oh, right, okay. So these are, so we're going back to Lightroom Classic here. These are my 4 images. I press N to go into survey mode. I press Tab to zoom out. These are old images from 2008 that I took. Which ones do I like? Well, actually, I quite like a lot of them. But this one here is my least favorite. The second one is my least favorite. So I'm going to press X and I'm going to reject it. If I were to put a filter on, so if I go back to G, and if I go up to my metadata attributes, and if I were to type unflagged, then selected my images, so let's select these images, select these, I'm going to do exactly the same, press N. Now I want to pick the images that I want. So I'm going to pick the top right hand corner, so I'm going to put P on there. Now it's no longer an unflagged image, because I have this attribute of unflagged switched on. Press N back again, I've got them highlighted. I like the first one because they're both looking down at the lever. So I'm going to go P. Again, it doesn't meet the criteria. And I do like the second one. I need to crop it and obviously process it. And I'm going to X the reject. So I go back G. And now I'm culling my images using pick and reject. So if I turn the filter off now, there they are. So I've now got rid of one image. Okay, so I now go N. I'm looking at them and say, right, okay, I like this, but I'm going to edit the second one. So I'm going to go 2 stars on the second one. Then I press D for the develop module, and now I can edit this image. So let's just literally just hit the landscape, profile, hit auto. There's the image, quite like that. I need to crop the bottom or use Photoshop generated refill and take out the camera at the bottom. But there's my image. I need to do a bit of saturation and color enhancement, do a bit to the sky and so on. But I've got my picked image, okay, that I like. Press G to go back to grid. But you can see I've got 2 stars on it. That means I'm currently working on it. Now, if I wanted to, I would have shared the 2-star image, let's say on social media. So I'm going to deselect, press 3. That now says to me, and if I go to my smart collection, 3 stars, there it is. I've shared that publicly, either as an emailing within Lightroom Classic, or perhaps on social media, or perhaps I've sent it to somebody outside of me and my organization. That's what 3 stars for. So you can see stars are very flexible. They are embedded in the image. It's one of the few metadata that is supported across all applications and devices. Flags aren't, color labels aren't, not all, so not cameras and devices, some software is, but not all. Stars are the only attributes that are preserved from devices to software to web browsers. Okay, so I hope that's helped you today in what I use stars ratings for. Think a little bit outside the box if you like. And if you'd like to come and join us on a Monday evening, learnlightroom.co.uk, lots of other free YouTube Lightroom Classic and Lightroom videos there. Come and join us on our support group where it's live. We look at Lightroom, Lightroom Classic, a theme, a task, and your questions and answers. It's about 90 minutes we spend together. Come and join us, Lightroom Monday. Take care. Oh, and don't forget to give me a like, ask me a question, subscribe to my channel. All the best. Take care. Bye for now.